to the Laughta Likes Show on NBC, your favourite go-to podcast to discover and connect with some of the hottest Arab artists globally. My name is Laughta, and today I have a very likeable guest for you. She is a trailblazer that has been putting and bringing opera to the forefront of the Arab world. Let me introduce to you Reemaz, the singer, the flutist. She is in the building right now, and we're so honoured. How are you doing?
Thank you so much for having me. I'm doing great. It's really cool to be here. Thanks so much.
Very welcome. It's an honour to be sat here with you, you know.
Thank you.
I've seen you perform. I've seen you in your element. You're a star.
Babe, really, it takes one to know one. I mean, I've been following you for a minute now, and all of the stuff you're doing, the music you're putting out, and obviously this amazing platform that you have. Really, I mean, congratulations.
You're too nice. This platform is to spotlight amazing talent like yourself. Let's talk about you. You have been pretty much in the sky flying right now, traveling from country to country with the Saudi National Orchestra, which you're in. First of all, what's your role in the orchestra?
So I am in the orchestra as a flute player, but that's about, I'll say 25% of what I do. The rest of what I do is I'm with the creative management department. So I'm the artistic manager of the group. And basically what that means and what we do is internally we kind of make sure things are running smoothly and everything is going off without a hitch, that our musicians are healthy, happy, and safe, and just in a good headspace to be able to perform and to practice, and putting all the sheet music together and making sure everybody has everything they need. So it's really like a on the ground type of job, like running around. I'm not really ever sitting at a desk, running around, playing music a little bit, making sure everything's good. So that's been really, one of the coolest things that I've been doing right now. And that is my 9 to 5, I'll say, let's call it.
Okay. And then your 5 to whenever?
My 5 to the next morning. So I freelance here and there. I sing, whoever really wants to give me a mic, and I'll do some singing. I love to perform, and I like to, just kind of be out and about in the scene. It's such an exciting time to be in Riyadh these days. So I'm doing what I can. Oh, and I also host a TV show. I'm right next door at Al-Thaqafiyya.
Yes.
It's called Octave or Octave, and it's the first show in the Middle East that talks about classical music, and I present it with a really good friend of mine, Wadi'a Birad, who, we kind of just have had this idea for this show, and it's really cool to see there's so much focus on pushing music these days, and it's really cool to be a part of it.
Wow.
So that's kind of my CV, my rundown.
First of all, you hold it together. You're like, I just wear multiple hats and I still look great.
Oh, gosh.
I'm still holding it together.
I'm so glad that it's translating that way, because trust me, it doesn't feel that way all the time.
So you've traveled around. You've been in Paris, New York, Mexico.
Yes.
How does it feel to be traveling and doing what you love?
I mean, incredible. I don't think that in my wildest dreams I would have guessed that this would kind of unravel the way it did for me, for this country, for the music scene in this country. I don't think anybody really would have guessed. So it's been surreal. I mean, it's my first performance with the Saudi National Orchestra was, I want to say it was 2022, which, it doesn't feel that long ago, but just so much has happened since then, and things have been moving at such a fast pace that, I'm just really grateful, really thankful to be a part of it and to be around and, meeting with just all of the incredible musicians that exist here, yourself obviously included, and this space included. That's been an honor. It's been an honor, yeah.
You're an excellent role model, by the way. I think for up-and-coming musicians, you have exceptional talent. You're playing music. You're doing, I think, one of the hardest genres, opera.
Gosh, thanks.
And you have such a positive aura and attitude towards it all, which I think is key and will allow you to have a really successful career in the music industry.
Bless you. I really, really appreciate that. Thanks.
Let's take it back a little bit. I want to know, what is it that sparked that initial interest? Do you have a particular memory when it comes to music?
So I always kind of say that in the Saudi context, my journey's been a bit unique, let's say. So I grew up in the U.S., in a little town called San Jose, California, situated right in the Bay Area. So we moved, my parents and I, we moved when I was, gosh, I must have been like 5, I think.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, I was really young. And we kind of just lived there up until I was 19. So we moved back about 7 years ago. So I mean, I spent the majority of my life there, and my parents, who I think both of them really always had that kind of music curiosity in them, but just not really enough of an outlet at the time. So they put me in art school at that age, just randomly, like out of nowhere. Like they, it was a performing arts magnet schools that I ended up attending: elementary school, middle school, high school. And gosh, I learned so much. I started playing the flute and I started singing in the second grade, or in the second grade, learning music theory in the second grade around that time. Whoa. Obviously, music education for children looks different in a lot of different contexts, but I had a really positive musical upbringing, I think, and I was really lucky to have that. Passed through a whole host of different things, jazz, choir. I did Renaissance fairs for a long time. I'd sing like Renaissance music. I did mariachi for a second when I was in school, which is like Mexican folk music. Oh, randomly, yeah.
You just tapped into them.
Yeah.
Most unique styles.
Yeah, I mean, randomly, I did musical theater for a bit. I did a lot of sports, so I had kind of that structured musical life that I think does make my journey a little bit more unique. So I think that's kind of how it's always just been there in my life.
It's been ingrained in you, or you've just always been surrounded by it.
Exactly.
Which makes a lot of sense.
Yeah.
But I feel like I'm just thinking about the styles that you've done. They are not easy. How does one become so experienced like you?
So I mean, definitely there's still such a long way to go. I mean, in the world of opera, your voice doesn't actually mature until the age of like 30, 31. Oh. And I've still got a few years to get there. But in those few years, like it's all about learning, picking up with a really good teacher, a really good instructor, widening your repertoire, singing as much as you can, getting stage exposure, getting actual opera exposure. And that's kind of, a facet of what I'm trying to focus on right now, is to just kind of, get as much experience as I can in classical singing, to, be hopefully one day to put on, more shows and have more things happen here in Saudi. Last year we did Zalqalia Mama, which was the first grand opera to be performed in Arabic and the first Saudi opera. And it told the story of Zalqalia Mama, which is like a folktale here in the Arab Peninsula. And and I was really fortunate to be a part of that, and and to just kind of have that spot on stage and to really put in the work. This is, I think you're probably going to ask me this question later, so I'll bring it up now.
You never know. Bring it up.
Classical music, just in general, requires a whole lot of discipline. It requires a whole lot of responsibility, of focus, and of putting in time, effort, and discipline. Like, you cannot just rely on having a pretty voice, Like, I think, and I don't mean this to sound in any type of way that other genres aren't disciplined.
Absolutely,
of course,
not.
But I think there is a different kind of headspace that you need to be in order to be in classical music, and it is attainable, and it is something that I think people should try. Getting yourself a good teacher, a good instructor, is really the first step. It's so much about the breathing and about the control and about building up those muscles. And, fun fact, actually.
Oh, love a fun fact.
I come prepared with a fun fact. Opera singers have more lung capacity than Olympic swimmers.
What?
Yeah. Like, you need more lung capacity to be an opera singer than you do to be an actual Olympic swimmer. So take that, Michael Phelps.
Is that because... yeah, take that. Is that because you have to hold notes for long durations?
Exactly. And to reach the register, like the super high notes, and to reach that register, like, that requires a lot of control on your instrument, and your instrument in this case is your body, it's your voice, but not just your body. Like, you have to be so tuned into your diaphragm, to your muscles. How is my back expanding? How is my rib cage expanding? What's my stomach doing in all of this? My tongue, where's my tongue placement? My soft palate in my mouth, like, it's so much to think about in a song and the duration of an aria or of so it takes, I think, like, really laser focus. Like, you need to be super, super focused. And that comes, I think, with time, as with really any type of music and any type of genre. But
time and discipline, like you said.
Yeah.
Essentially, you're athletes.
Exactly. Yeah. I think of it the same way. And not just for classical music. I think musicians are athletes in that sense. I think it takes as much mental like capability as you need to be an athlete. Like, that kind of focus, you need that in music, no matter what kind of music you're doing.
So have you ever tried to hold your breath underwater and time yourself?
Oh my gosh, not in a few years, but I'm curious now, so I might give it a try.
Yeah, I want to know, because surely you'll be able to hold it for an extended period. I mean, don't try it because of me, and have someone there with you.
We'll give it a shot, definitely. Yeah.
Wow, the discipline. And then I'm very excited to see what you mean by developing your vocals over the age of 30.
Yeah.
And what that's going to be like, because already you're just on next level.
Thank you. I mean, like I said, there's still a really long way to go, of course, and with music, and I think, obviously, like, I'm sure you agree, like, you never stop learning. You never stop seeking new knowledge, seeking new experience, seeking new sounds even. And of course, like, I am an opera singer, and I am a classical singer and a classical musician, but I think that finding comfort in that and finding a home in classical music, I tried on a lot of different hats, like I was mentioning before. And I think that that's so important. I mean, in my normal life, I don't listen to classical music on a day-to-day,
Oh.
I mean, no,
so what are you into day-to-day?
And I think you'll find that most classical musicians also don't really listen. We're not really bumping Beethoven in the car, So.
Oh my God, why not? That's a classic.
Bless him, but yeah. So no, I mean, but that's what I'm saying. Like I think there's, if I could say, like, one thing to somebody that's curious about music just in general, not opera, let your ear be hungry. Like, let your ear listen to so many things, like, my Spotify playlist is confused. Like, my algorithm, it's broken. Like, it doesn't know what to recommend to me because I'm listening to country, rap, R&B, hip hop, like Arabic stuff, Saudi music, obviously, like, more recently even, so country, I'm going through a country kick right now. Went through a goth phase at some point.
I
listened to a little bit of rock and metal. Like, listen. There's so many types of music out there. So don't try to constrain yourself into, like, one type of label or one type of image or aesthetic or look or sound. Like, getting experience from other music is the way to build and hone your own personal craft.
Wow.
So that's.
So you're talking about blending. Do you think this has come from you traveling and maybe growing up in California, having these Arab roots? How has that shaped your musical style in general?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, like I said, like, I grew up in the Bay, and I think that shaped a lot of who I am to this day, especially musically. Like, I don't know, I listen to rap mostly. Like, that is the genre that I listen to the most. I listen to a lot of classic, like old school Jay-Z, NWA, like all of them. More recently, like, I really like, like West Coast sounds, and I really love hip hop and R&B. And I think that is something that, I carry with me, regardless of the fact that I'm singing Mozart and, performing other types of sounds. And I think, like I said, like, it just, like, builds you, So that's one aspect. The other aspect is I'm Saudi, I still, that whole time that we were in the States, we were coming back home every year. And I was getting the exposure into, Talal Maddah, Abadi, Muhammad Abdu, like, Rashid Majid, all of them, like, that is also something that I grew up with. So I think it complements each other, I don't agree with the attitude of, like, oh, I'm this type of musician, so I should kind of stay in that bracket. No, I don't think so at all,
You're a musician, meaning you're talented enough, and you've got a love for music, a genuine love for music. And I feel like exploring and experimenting with other genres only opens you up, makes you more skilled and equipped.
Exactly, yeah.
Can we expect then, now I'm hearing this, I don't know, I need to do more research. Can I expect maybe an R&B song from you?
You know, I've been so toying with the fact, and I think that I haven't released original music up until now. And I think I've done that intentionally, and I get that question a lot, like, oh, like, why don't you have, you know, music out or whatever. I think that in order for me, myself, to feel ready, I need to kind of try on a few different things, like I said, like before I start putting stuff out there. So, you know, let's see. I don't know. I love to sing all kinds of stuff. So we'll see what I end up doing. But yeah, R&B, I mean, I'm so influenced by people like Lauryn Hill, Sade. Like, I love that sound. And, you know, maybe we'll look into exploring stuff like that. Yeah, absolutely.
Well, I want to be one of the first people to hear it after you.
Absolutely.
So, and I'll fully support that on the radio show, on NBC Loud, because I know anything you do is going to turn to gold. Anything you touch is going to turn to gold.
You're so sweet. Thank you so much.
With that discipline and that thought process, I feel like you're someone that's very, in a sense, calculated in a good way.
I hope so.
So you wouldn't just do something half-heartedly.
And I think that's why I haven't done anything yet. That's why I haven't released music yet. It's just because I know that if I want to put something out there, I want to know that it is 100% my whole heart. Like, I don't want to do something halfway ever. So that's in the vein of original music, and I'm going to be obviously needing your opinion on a lot of things.
Oh,
your professional
I'm sure you won't.
opinions. So
you just have a fan.
Expect a few WhatsApp messages from me.
Please, anytime. You definitely, it's an open book for you.
Bless you.
Open door, rather. So with traditional classical music,
yes,
it's quite strict, isn't it? It's in a sense that you don't want to stray away too much from the style, but you unapologetically
have in the past,
yes, played around with classic Arabic styles and infused that. Do you think that is pushing the boundaries?
So yeah, and why not? You know, like, that's my question to the classical Europeans or the classical European musicians of the world, like this Eurocentric idea that we have. And I've spoken a lot about this before. Like, I'm not really willing to accept Eurocentrism and all of these things that we do locally or abroad, you know. And I think that is such a that's one of the steps. I think that we need to be a little bit more relaxed with these boundaries that we draw around classical music, because unfortunately what ends up happening is it closes doors for people, right? And it makes it feel like opera, classical music, you know, symphonic music like that, it's so far away and unattainable and, unenjoyable and boring. And that happens when we push these standards too much. I don't think that, you know, Bizet, Donizetti, Puccini, like, they've been dead for so long. They're not going to have an opinion about their music at this point. And I think it's super, super fine that we push the boundaries a little bit and create these new sounds. If you think about it historically, isn't that what music is? Like, isn't that what we've been doing as artists across human history, taking sounds that we've learned from our ancestors, changing them, working them around, creating new things?
Absolutely. That's how you evolve.
Exactly. So who says we can't do that with classical music? So no, and I'm not a pioneer in this thought. Like, this isn't an original thought that I've had. There are so many contemporary musicians nowadays that are doing brilliant stuff with classical music and Arabic styles. So yeah, I think that there's such an open field, and I don't think that we should ever really constrain ourselves in that type of way. You know?
I agree. I produce music as well as rap. I feel after listening to opera, I think it could work really well with hip hop beats as well.
Why not? And it's been done. You know what I mean? Like, what was it? I think it was. There was a record on Watch the Throne, Kanye and Jay-Z. And I think that they sampled something from Carmen by Bizet. Like, it's a sample from that opera. So it's been done, and it's happening. And I think that we should embrace that more, especially with Arabic styles. Now, I say all of this, and I just gave this whole speech about let's not do any boundaries.
Yeah.
But it comes with a huge but. Whoa. It comes with an asterisk, let's say.
Okay.
Taste. do it with taste. That's the most important thing. If you're going to do something, if you're going to push boundaries, do it with taste. And I recently had a really interesting conversation with a good friend and a colleague. His name is Ahmed Qarqanawi, and he works with Music Commission. So shout out to him. I'm going to send this to him when this episode comes out. And we were talking about, should we place judgment on music ever? Oh. You know, and he's of the opinion that music is too absolute of an idea and to put judgment on in that way. So all music deserves to exist, and all music deserves to be, and all music deserves to, you know, have a place in this world. And I agree with that 100%. But again, with the but, I think that we need to still maintain taste, you know, and I like the word taste in Arabic more than I like it in English. Dhog, you know.
Okay.
Dhog. So yes. So you
say dhog.
Yeah, of course. You know the word.
Yeah.
Absolutely. So I like it more. I think it expresses the meaning that I'm trying to convey. I think we need to have more dhog in what we do, regardless of if we're pushing boundaries or not. So am I willing to sing anything opera? No. I think that there are things that my taste allows me to say no to. Does that mean that it shouldn't exist? Of course not. I think if it is somebody else's style, they should by all means go for it. But I think that finding your own sound means saying yes and no to different types of fusion. And let me ask you, you are the queen of fusion.
Yes.
Right now. And I've listened to a lot of your records, and I think that the way that you do it is so introspective about who you are and about your background. And that's the thing, like, my question to you is how do you find the balance? How do you not overdo it?
That's a really good question. I don't know if you've heard my song Ain't the Same.
I probably have. I've shuffled a bunch of your playlists in the car, but...
And that was the first song that I ever dabbled in when it comes to the Arabic language being infused in there.
Yeah.
And I didn't want to overdo it.
Yeah.
So when I got in with the producer, I just said to her name's Gigi, I said to her, I would like to co-produce this track with you and have Arabic sounding drums in this. And I had this repetitive Arabic loop in my head. Just, we ain't the same.
Yes, I know the song. Of course I know the song. Yes.
And it was just that first moment of me kind of applying my roots and bringing my Lebanese side to the forefront.
Yeah.
But without overdoing it.
Exactly.
And ramming it down people's throats.
Exactly.
The way I pronounce the words, I made it, it's not that I'm taken away from the Arabic side. I'm all about flows and the way, making it blend into the style.
Yeah.
I pronounced it slightly softer to the ear in a sense so that the UK can still pick up and vibe with it.
And you know, this is exactly what I mean about taste.
Yes.
This is taste.
Yes.
This is what I mean, that we need to maintain taste through these fusion journeys.
Yeah.
So I mean I've had you know, some people reach out to me asking for things like, can you sing this Muhammad Abdu song opera? No, sir, I won't do that. No. I mean, that doesn't really make sense, you know?
Yes,
you know,
random.
Like doing something like super Saudi and super ingrained in like Saudi culture and making that opera and having that be the shtick. No, first of all, not original. Second of all, just doesn't sound good. You know, like it doesn't. I'm not a fan of doing fusion just for the sake of doing fusion.
No,
you know,
it's forced.
It's forced.
You don't want to be forced.
So, and ramming it down people's throats, like you said.
When I get in the studio session, if it naturally comes to me to incorporate the Arabic language or Arabic sounds, I'll do it. I feel the first and foremost element of being a music artist is doing things that are true to you. It's all about expression, isn't it?
Yeah.
So if you're expressing yourself with, I'm just going to throw this in or experiment, but without a real end goal or a reason behind
intention.
Yeah.
You know?
It's not going to connect and not going to do well. It's like when you're in the kitchen, I don't know, I like to cook.
Me too. Yes, exactly. It's the same thing. Yeah.
You might experiment with different things, but you can't just go, right, I'm throwing it all in. There you go, because I'm just going to show that I'm going to use this, and put it all together and be unique.
Exactly.
No, it has to have that zort.
Yeah,
like we spoke.
Exactly. That's exactly it. Yeah. So
I'm just gonna fire out some quick fire questions just before we go. Switch up the energy right now. Don't give it too much thought.
Okay, well, I'll try my best. Okay,
here it goes. So spill the tea. First song you ever fell in love with?
Oh my gosh. Mrs. Officer Lil Wayne.
Oh, that's a good one.
Yeah.
The flute or singing?
Oh, the flute. Oh, yeah, the flute. The
flute.
Yeah,
okay.
Yeah.
Dream city to perform in?
Athens, Greece, right now.
Oh, that'll be beautiful. Socialize or being alone after a big show?
Socialize. Let's celebrate. Yeah.
You're a social bee. Yes. I can see that. If you weren't a musician, what would you be?
A lawyer.
Oh,
yes.
I feel like you'd be excellent at that.
I'd be a lawyer, yes.
Most used emoji when you're texting your friends?
The one heart that goes like this with the hands. Yeah, I like that one.
That's a nice, I can imagine. You're just all love. If you could master another instrument instantly, what would that be?
Instantly? The piano.
Okay.
Yeah, absolutely the piano.
Opera in French, Italian, or Arabic? Pick one for life.
For life?
For life.
Italian. Yeah. Oh, yeah. No, I'd pick Italian, yeah.
And favorite way to relax on your day off?
Cuddle with my dog. Cuddle with my puppy. Yes, that's just my favorite way to just sit and
we need a big round of applause, Martassin, like the biggest one. She did it excellently, I must say.
Really? What, there's these questions? Okay, good. Okay.
You didn't give it too much thought. You were just straight. You were super quick. I don't know. Your brain works differently. Mashallah. You perform on the bigger stages. Do you have pre-show rituals? What do you do before a show?
Okay, so it depends, but just with the with the more stressful ones, I think stage fright is normal. It's so normal. It's so expected. Harnessing the nervous energy and making it excitement, I think, is something that helps me.
Wow.
And I do that by not singing before the show.
Oh.
I try really, 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 really hard.
That's interesting.
To not practice for at least an hour, 2 hours before the show.
Wow.
Try really hard. It just, at least I find for myself, it really just, it makes me get my own way. I start thinking about too much of the details, and I don't want to do that an hour before show. Because at that point, at least for me and the thing that I do, an hour before show, it's either you have it put together or you don't, you know?
That's so true.
It's either you have it or you don't. So what you have at that mark, an hour before show, that's what you're presenting. Don't get too much in your head about that at that point.
Yeah.
So I try not to sing, at least. I mean, rituals, in terms of rituals, I try to drink warm stuff, not too much sugar, make sure that I've eaten prior and not have too much of a full stomach before stage. But yeah, just try to really get my mind clear as much as I can. Do a few breathing exercises, whatever feels good for you. There's no specific way to do it. I don't think, like, there are so many videos on YouTube you can look up that are breathing exercises to calm your nerves and just kind of feel your body, feel present, feel grounded, really feel the ground underneath you, like physically the floor, and just kind of try to feel centered, I think, before stepping out and have a big old smile on your face. I think that's
I love that. Top it up with a smile.
Absolutely. Yeah, you have to, you must.
This is great advice. You're so experienced and so disciplined at what you do. And that's why it's a testament to why you are where you are. You take it very seriously, and I feel like a lot of people can learn from that. So one of your main missions, or I feel, you want to bring the classical music to the Saudi audience.
Yeah.
And you've been performing on the big stages. How do you feel when you receive that positive feedback? I know I ran up to you after I watched you perform. I was like, you're amazing. You opened my eyes up to opera, that style in general. How do you feel? How does it feel?
It feels great. Of course, like knowing that no matter what, okay, I missed a note. Okay, I breathed in the wrong place. Okay, maybe I fumbled a French word. It's fine. As long as I know that I gave it my all and I prepared myself as much as I possibly can up until an hour before.
An hour?
An hour before.
Then you're MIA.
And no more after that.
Yeah.
As long as I know that I've done it all that I can, I'm happy. I'm satisfied. Whatever the outcome is, and no matter what you do in the world, not everyone's going to clap for you all the time. And I think that's okay. I think it's fine to kind of not expect the claps all the time. It's okay. It's fine. Not everyone's going to be happy with what you do always. And that's okay. As long as you feel like you've given something your all, something that you're proud of, something that you've put your heart, your soul, your authenticity into. Doesn't matter really what the outcome is, but yeah. So
you have good zort in everything you say, talk the way you speak.
You're so sweet.
Now, before we go, we both have this equal love for community.
Yeah.
And something I do on my show is called Artist Baton, where we pass the baton on to another artist that we want to see here. It's all about community building, supporting each other, shining light on others.
Yeah.
So is there anyone that you would like to see here on the Laughta Likes Show?
Oh my gosh. God, so many names really that come to mind, but just an artist that I've been really fortunate to call her my friend now, but started off as a fan, and now we're really good friends. Fulana.
Oh yes.
God, I love her. I love what she's doing. I love her music. I was just listening to Marigold from her last album just now. She's doing amazing stuff. She's in Japan right now, actually, with the Saudi Expo.
Yes.
With the expo over there.
We miss her loads.
I'd love to see her right here. She's got a lot to say. And
absolutely.
I personally have, just a lot to vouch for her, and I think she's an amazing artist. Yeah,
that's lovely.
Love to see her here. Yeah.
And thank you for tuning in to the Laughta Likes Show on NBC. I've had the most amazing time with Reemaz. You can catch more of us on the Laughta Likes Show on NBC Loud. I'll be playing a few cheeky singles that Reemaz has selected and some of my selection as well. So don't miss out and catch me here, same time, same place, with a different face, as we continue to delve into the minds of the creatives shaping the future of the Arab world musically. Let's get it, it's your girl, Laughta.